I had a real quick one that I saw earlier today, and I think it actually may have been something that happened a day or two ago. But shout out Charlie Stramel, named one of the. He's got a letter there from Michigan State, one of the captains. So that was just
What
a
letter?
quick one. Just wanted to mention that. A plus.
That would be sick.
He's got the A. Specifically though, on the graphic, it like names captured like Matt Basgall, however the fuck you want to say it. And then where it says the assistant captains, the first name is Charlie Stramel, so obviously like he's the lead A, you know. But either way, very cool to get a letter. Had a great year, Michigan State last year, expecting the same again this year. At least wanted to mention it. Shout the kid out.
Well, and I mean, dude, look at the guys they're bringing in.
Oh, that team's loaded.
It's interesting too because like his position is cemented, so now he just like got all these toys to play with, and you know the coaching staff is going to do everything they can to just find who's the right fit. Can you imagine him and Porter Martone in on a forecheck? I'd piss myself.
First captain's practice or first day of preseason, if I'm Charlie Stramel, I'm finding one of these CHL motherfuckers and I am laying them out. Fucking be like, welcome to the Terror Dome, bitch. Like, fucking, this is why'd you want to play college hockey? That's what I'm saying. Fucking day one. Just lower the shoulder, plant someone. Just let the fellas know. And I also just realized it was 11 hours ago that Michigan State announced that, so I was not actually 3 days late for once. Just half a day. So there you go.
Half a day.
I cannot wait for college hockey though this year. Just like the unpredictability of how the CHL is going to go. Like obviously there's a couple guys that you know are going to be fine.
Dude, we're gonna have to set over-unders for like how many kids dip out back for the CHL before that January 10th date. There has to be a couple.
And yeah, it's just crazy. It's just crazy looking at how many kids Penn State has. The amount of players that is going to be on that fucking roster.
It is interesting. I don't mean this in the wrong way because, like, they're all kids, but I feel like the CHL kids, because of just this being the first wave, a couple of guys getting some decent NIL bucks, I just feel like there are going to be some fragile egos that if guys end up playing like a third line role, they're going to be like, fuck you, I'm out, you know? And like some are going to go in very realistic and understand like how this works. I'm sure conversations were had with coaches prior. And like, let's be real, like Gavin McKenna, I don't care how he plays, he's going to be on their first line because that's just how it's going to be. But there's a lot of kids that I could easily see dipping out because they're like, you know what, screw this. I'll go back and play an extra 5 minutes a night with my old squad.
Yeah, I mean, maybe. It'll definitely happen for a few of them. But like, I think for the most part, like a lot of the kids that are coming to play college hockey, they are the top dogs who know that like regardless of what happens, like more likely than not, their getting a lot of minutes is pretty much cemented. And then like, because I mean, I'm just like listening to some of the guys who cover the CHL and college hockey talk. Like a lot of the kids are coming over. They're like, education too. Like I'm probably like in the long shot to go pro hockey anyways. Like it is literally like being able to play college hockey, like actually go to college, get a degree, whatever. Like there are plenty of kids who are actually coming over in the next few years, especially not just this year. But like for the first time, like this has been a possibility for them. Like, I mean, who knows? You know, you play well in college. Who knows? You get a look later on after a couple of years. But I don't know. I think there'll definitely happen for a few of them. But for like the top dogs who are making the big swing from CHL to NCAA, like I have a feeling like most of them, their spots are pretty much cemented outside of them legitimately like scoring on their own net, like play like complete and utter dog shit, or failing out. You know, who knows?
Yeah. Now, before we get into the Kurvers showcase, I gotta know because you're way tighter in on the Boston shit than I am. Realistically, who do you expect to see Ryder Ritchie playing with? How dare I ask you about a wild prospect on a wild prospect show? That was my bad.
Yeah, I couldn't even tell you what any of the lines are going to look like at BU anyways, but
give me your daily face-off version.
Well, yeah. It'd be great imagine if they just threw that. I'd be like, yeah, all right,
Hagen's
3C. Read that off. Yeah, I mean, I would imagine him and fucking Eiserman just ripping it apart or ripping it up on the same line. I honestly couldn't tell you what their lines are going to look like. They graduated a bunch of guys. They still have guys like Bednarik there. Sacha Boisvert is going to be there. I think he's coming from North Dakota. That's an interesting one to be potentially playing with. Conrad Fonder's going to be playing there as a center. He barely played last year at the program, but he's got a ton of skill. It's a completely different forward group than they had last year, so it could be. Yeah, I don't even know what any of the lines are going to look like, honestly. So I don't know. Couldn't tell you. Absolutely no idea. But I mean, I would love to see him playing with like Boisvert though, or Eiserman, or both. I just love Sacha Boisvert. It was sickening when fucking Chicago drafted him in the first round. It was sickening.
Equally sickening when he went to North Dakota. So it's weird that I'm excited that he went to Boston.
Mm-hmm.
Flyer Voracek for Stramel. Am I weird for thinking he'd be an awesome student for Foligno to mentor? Just feels like if there's a niche for him, that would be it. I don't think that's a crazy thought at all. I do think like the physical role that they play could be similar. Obviously, what we're looking for from him is going to be very different for a center versus a wing, but I don't hate that thought. And let's be real. I mean, this is his last year. He's going to be joining the squad in some capacity this March, maybe April, if things go well for him. I don't hate that being something that comes to fruition the next couple of years if Foligno can keep on going. I don't know.
Yeah, no, that makes a ton of sense. I mean, like, just as far as like their role, it's going to be like with Minnesota, obviously Stramel first round pick, like he had a track record his whole career of being like a scorer or whatever. But like when you just look at the translatability of like the skills that he does have, yeah, it's pretty similar to like a Foligno type. But I mean, Foligno can score too, so high energy, like hard on the forecheck, defensive oriented, like yeah, center versus wing with like the big difference there, but it makes a ton of sense.
Speaking of that prototype for like bottom six, like play hard kind of guys, I don't often promote Spit and Chicklets, mostly because I think they've mailed it in the last couple of years because like kudos to them, like they've fucking made it. Like they could pump out garbage every week and they're still gonna have sponsors coming. And I'm not saying that it's that bad, but I do feel like they've taken the foot off the pedal a little bit. Their interview last week with Cal Clutterbuck rocked. Like, I cannot advocate more highly for it. I think that guy is an absolute beauty. And like, if we ever manage to get him on fellowship, like I would tell him this because I'm not going to sit here and pretend. Like, I'll tell him myself. He's a guy that initially I was like a big fan of. I'm not good at being a fan of like the fan favorite, you know, like I like being different, and everyone got on the Clutterbuck train and I immediately got off. And do you know,
no choice.
Do you know what my fun spin was to like piss people off? You can't be a tough guy if you got a visor. People got real mad at that one.
Yeah,
but, like,
I imagine people got mad.
He played such a great role for the Wild, and then going to the Islanders, like he says it in the interview, he got a lot of shit. Like, oh great, we sent out a top 5 pick for a fucking fourth liner. Cool. He crushed that role on the Island. Like their fourth line was an identity line for a freaking decade. Like that's how it felt. And it was a good fourth line. and you did not want to play against them.
Right. Yeah, no, I didn't. I saw a couple of clips of the Clutterbuck interview that were funny, but I didn't actually
go back and watch it. Like again, there's not many of their, like, all their interviews are great, but that's one that you need to go back and listen to. Very, very good.
Well,
but all right, Kurvers. Mateo wants us to talk about who you're keying in on, who is worth watching, and I'm not sure what his note means. Yurov already confirmed, meaning Yurov will be playing. That's confirmed. Mateo Bueller, chime in.
I think that's what he means.
Yes, he does. All right, so Yurov will be playing in it, which is very fun. I mean, who do you want to see something from? Or who are you curious to just see participate?
Because
I'm gonna be honest, I feel bad. I'm more curious about some of the guys on the other teams.
Yeah.
Is that bad?
I can't fucking rosters. I literally had all this shit up and it all crashed.
If they give me a Rick Snuggie line, in. All the way in.
we need that.
Who did we decide was the last guy for that group? I feel like we filled out that line, and I can't remember who the third guy was.
Oh, I can't remember either. Also, did they actually say who was going to be the Kurvers?
Yurov.
Just actually. They're gonna send him out one.
It's like the Four Nations where like they announce like here are our 6. The rest TBD.
Yeah, I mean,
like we just got one.
Assuming the guys that they just drafted are like this past year are going to be there. Like obviously, like excited to see Yurov play if he really is. I would assume again he's taking part in that, but like I mentioned this probably like the first couple weeks after the draft. Like I went back and watched a ton, pretty much every single playoff shift, especially of the Lear Miradovsky. I think that's how you say his last name. Because they drafted like the third or fourth round, maybe. He is so much fun, and he is just a horse. He plays 1,000 miles an hour. He's got a ton of skill that like he doesn't like. It really popped in the playoffs. I would like to see him again. Obviously, if Adam Bannock's there to showcase that, like his skill, would love to see him. Those would be two specifically. But then obviously again the Yurov like idea of him being the Kurvers showcase would be sweet. And then I don't know if like how many of those defensemen have been going for the last 4 years. Like I don't know how many of those guys would be. I was
gonna say, do you think Juracek and buium participate at all?
I don't know. Maybe like is Juracek healthy?
I mean, I'll never feel confident saying yes.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I don't know. Like
love the player, hate the health.
I don't think I would be. There's no way buium was going to be there because I mean the kid's going to be. That's the other thing I was surprised to see that like they said or that they have mentioned that Yurov was definitely going to be there because like I would assume again that he seems like the NHL guy that's going to be there day one. So
it's my sense too, right? So I'm wondering though because this is like kind of a matter of going out there with your peers too. Like buium is the leader of this age group. In a sense, like at least from an athletic standpoint, why not get him out? Even if he doesn't play every game, like get him out there and have him be part of this and be in the mix with the boys. That's at least where my head's at. But if they don't send him, I'm not going to be like shocked or bothered. I just feel like there's reasons to send him.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, again, you're always.
That guy? Think about it. He hasn't had more than like 5 seconds off of hockey for the past like 5 years with all the different things he's been competing in and winning. So maybe he just like they're like, hey, we're going to keep you here because you're with the big club. He's like, no, I want to play, please. Like, I'm so bored. Let me go play.
Yeah. For the love of God, please let me go.
It's not a bad like confidence booster to get him out there and like dominate. that tier after being yanked in the postseason.
Yeah.
You know,
Like also like a Riley Height one too would really like to see him again.
I'm interested to see a full year in Iowa for him. I want to see him him and Haight take over Iowa.
They have to be in the same line.
Mandated.
Mm-hmm.
We just got to come up with a third person to join that's suited.
Houghton. Any Houghtons around?
Does Danny Heatley have any illegitimate children?
God, must.
Hate Daddy, Height Daddy, and Heat Daddy.
Let's see. What is the shirt?
Whichever one becomes an NHLer first, that's what we're going with, though. It's either Height Daddy or Hate Daddy.
Yeah.
But yes, St. Louis, I want to see all of the Snuggerud and Rick Dvorsky. And in Chicago, there's a lot of Gophers that I can't help but. I mean, it's easy to cheer for them now because the team sucks and it doesn't matter. In a few years, if they do turn the corner, then I'm going to be conflicted and just have to forget that they're Gophers.
Yeah. It's all right, though.